Hey, Al.
Scriv.
Hi, mate.
Yeah, mate.
They're racing. Chief De Beers from the outside began brilliantly.
How many times did you ride the Chief, Al?
So, Scriv, I reckon I rode him 12 or 13, and I won 8 on him, I believe.
A unique triple crown in Brisbane's Doomben Stakes on Saturday. Recent form suggesting he's ready to make history.
Chief De Beers is getting a lovely run. Not the race, but Chief De Beers exploded away.
Well, he just had that demeanour about him, didn't he? Like, I know I used to look forward to riding track work every morning because he was just such a dude.
Was, wasn't he?
Now here comes Chief De Beers. He's gone up to hit the front, the Chief. Chief De Beers flew out of the gates on the outside.
He had a really good following. He was so popular. I don't know whether it was just because he was good to the punters or his name or what it was, but whenever you'd hit the front on him at the straight here, you could hear the crowd. They were always behind him. And I guess that he won more often than he not was another reason why they loved him so much. Just so popular, just everyone loved him. He was just an amazing animal. Like I realised later in my career that horses like that don't come along too often, you know. So yeah, I was just fortunate to have been able to get on him and ride him that amount of times.
Set, they're racing. Chief De Beers didn't begin all that well, but he got dug up by Alan Russell in a big hurry. He's going through to join the leaders. At the 250 metres mark, and Russell said go, and the Chief darted to the lead. He dashed away today. Atlantic Crossing next, City Slicker, Rip Home running home, but have a look at him today, the Chief. He's put a gap in them. Rip Home and City Slicker run home well, but Chief De Beers has blitzed them.
They loved him. You know, he had a very good winning strike rate. He had the cult following. It was because he was so good, but it was because of that Doomben record. Like everybody, the Chiefs going around at Doomben today, oh, well, there's a winner, you know? So, and he had that little bit of presence about him.
Dipman said go, and he's exploded away. It's all over. Chief De Beers raced away for Mullagua's Celestial Choir. We are looking at the greatest Doomben horse in history. Look at him go. The Chief bolted and he won by 4 lengths.
He just had an amazing turn of foot. He could race on the speed or anywhere in that, for that matter, but he had a really electric turn of foot, and so you could start him up from a bad barrier, and you could just drop your hands on him and he'd come straight back underneath you and relax, and then when it was time to go, you just push the button and he'd just take off. So that set him apart from a lot of the other horses. He was just a special horse. He wasn't an overly big horse or anything like that. He was quite a plain horse, but he obviously had a big motor, and he was a lovely horse to do anything with. He was a lovely horse to ride, great attitude, and yeah, they just don't come along that often, horses like him.
Mighty sprinter Chief De Beers, who won a total of 20 races, all of them on the Doomben track. One of racing's great mysteries.
Appreciated the smaller home straight here, and he loved the sting out of the ground too. And I think this track had a little bit more give in it often, so probably them factors. But I can't really put one thing down to one thing, no.
Later on in life, when he did retire and go into the police force, I know that was one of the attributes he took into being a police horse too. You know, standing amongst the crowd, he loved a pat, he loved all that sort of stuff. It was the green-ups that wanted him to, you know, remain in the limelight and have a career after racing. So I know they approached the police, mounted police, and he succeeded at that too. If he was a mate of yours, you'd just call him, he was a good bloke. You know, again, it doesn't surprise me that he was one of them that whatever you put in front of him, he'd succeed at.